morning, everyone. Yes, I hope you are doing well. This is a Saturday morning. Happy Eid Mubarak to everyone. I know you guys must have many plans for today, but I appreciate you all guys that you are here. So, guys, there is a Q&A portal available. You guys can write anything, ask anything to me or the mentor. Okay. So we're gonna wait for a few more minutes to join and wait for some other candidates to join, and then we'll start our session. So guys, please confirm me, is my screen is visible to you? Am I visible to you? My audio is perfectly audible by you all. Thank you so much, Vidala. Thank you so much, Jay. We will wait 2 to 3 more minutes. So we have few attendees at the moment. Gonna wait few more minutes. Once again, guys, Q&A portal is available. You can ask anything from me or from the mentor. Your every question will be answered by our support team or by me or by the mentor. Good morning, Thumbalam. So guys, let's interact at the time. So can you just tell me like from which city you are? Just write down on the Q&A. India. I asked city. Dehradun. Okay, Yukta. Delhi. So many of you guys are from Delhi, right? Okay, guys. So I can see many of are here. So let's start. Okay. So let me start by introducing Unikaksha. So we are an online education providing platform that helps student and working professional upskill themselves and their tech career with the help of our top mentors and the industry experts. So far, we have had a positive impact in the career of 10,000 plus students. And today, like with this Guru class, we hope to help you in the same manner. Okay. And so this is all about Unikaksha. And I am here, the senior career counselor. Okay. And I take care of the, the academics and counseling sessions with the students and all. So let me introduce you about the mentor, Pranesh. He had a 5+ years of industry experience in design engineer, quality control engineer, and possess the skills of database programming skills like Python, JavaScript, C++, and various frameworks of Python and MERN stack technology. And guys, today we are learning like how to create a GUI desktop apps using Python. Now, over to Pranesh. You can take over.
Thank you, Manan. All right. So good morning, everyone. So today we are going to see this, how to create GUI apps using Python. Okay. So what is the today's agenda? What is this Python is all about? Then what are the features, applications we can build in, and then what are the programming using the GUI programming done in Python. So all these things we'll be seeing in today's session. Okay. So Python. So as you all know, Python is one of the very general purpose language, which has been more and more advantages. Like the memory is dynamic, and then you can use it in many places. In every software industries, it is there. So it is one of the most general purpose language, and that is used widely used in many places. Okay. So Python, it has the many easy features like you can use it, you can learn it easily, you can use it anywhere. It is an interpreted language so that the memory is dynamic, and then you have all these compiling, and then everything is, all of these things can beginners also happen. Okay. And it is also a cross-platform language, so that in any language, this Python will be able to bind up with. So like in Windows, in Linux, and then Unix, and then in Mac. So it is portable for any languages. Okay, so that is one of the main features and then advantages of Python. It is free, it is open source, and then the OOPS concepts are pretty much very strongly enabled in this Python. And then it has some graphical program support, that is the GUI support, and then it is integrated, that is it can bind up with all the programming languages. Okay, so if you want to write anything over here, and then you can convert this code to any particular languages for C, C++, Java, etc. Everything. Okay. So where and all this Python has been used. So basically they have been used in the web development, and then the software development, in the data science, in the visualization, and then web scraping, desktop apps, mobile applications, machine learning, and then artificial intelligence. So one of the major growing industry is that artificial intelligence and then data science. So each and every company is relied on your data and then everything. So the visualization has to be very perfect, so that the amount of data inputs they are getting in, they need a proper outcome from it. So then they will be having the correct results. Their organization has to be can be run very properly, and then machine learning, artificial intelligence, all of these things. So in machine learning, many companies are moving into, rather than human, they are believing on machines. Like the work has to be done on machines, so that it is not like humans are not able to do that. Machines can do it even more precisely. So in that fields, and then artificial intelligence, those kind of stuffs, like it cannot be replaced. It is pretty much unreplaceable. These kinds of things and all, which is crazy to do in Python. Okay. So today we are going to see about this GUI programming applications. So what is this GUI programming applications? So these applications are done for our desktop apps. Okay, so if you want to create a desktop app, very basic and then simple one, neat, so that it is well organized, and then it looks good, and the data storing is also very neat and in a proper order. Okay, so what is this GUI is all about? Whenever you see, you take a application, when you're taking a programming language, it will be having a front end and then the back end, both the things. So front end is the user, as a user, what I see on my screen, and then what are the options I am trying to explore, and all the contents which I am able to see. So are the user interface, front end. And then the backend logic is your database, the storing, and then all the work which is related to function this application. So these things are run in the backend, which we cannot see that it has been compiled or it has been interpreted inside the computers. So this front end is what this GUI is all about, graphical user interface. Okay, so when you take about this graphical user interface in Python, it is like it has buttons, tabs, and then windows, and then all the contents. If you want, you can load it. You can pretty much use this for any, even for a little, like a small workshop, or else in a store management, to the, if a company and industry management, they can create an app, and then they can use this. Okay, and many widgets. So you can basically build a complete front end application, and you can also have a backend for this database management with the MySQL. Okay, so today we'll see this, how this GUI is made in by using Python. There are many libraries are there. When it comes to Python, you will be having too many libraries. So for data science, for artificial intelligence, for small mathematical functions, and then everything has some data, has some libraries. Okay, so for this, building this GUI app, you will be using this Tkinter model. Okay, and the module name is called as Tkinter. So this one is used for building your desktop applications. There are other libraries called as GUI, which is used for building your mobile applications. And then for games, you have this Turtle. So many other. These libraries are imported and then they have used in your programming languages to build these applications. So one of the library which is used over here is Tkinter to build your GUI apps for your desktop. Okay, and you can see here that why they are calling is Tkinter when it comes to the Python interface. So TK, that is what combined they are calling it as Tkinter. Okay, so basically you will be importing this module in the desktop. Meanwhile, after this explanation, I will show you how you have to do this, some basic how you have to import this module, and then how you will be creating the application, what are the options, the widgets you will be having in that, and then so that the application looks cooler. And also I'll just show you an basic app which is being built within very few seconds. Okay, like within few minutes. Okay, so this is used for building your desktop applications. Okay, and then if you want to create a basic Tkinter window, just type your import your Tkinter module, create an application window, and then your widgets, labels, buttons, frames, everything, call the function, and then run the program. That's all. So if you want to import your Tkinter, before it was like in a cap letter in Python version 2, and then in the Python version 3 it was like a Tkinter. That's nothing else difference, but the changes over here there and here is in the version 2 and then the version 3 there are more easy to use graphical, simple, and then little bit more elegant also. In Python version 2 it was not much of an improvement, and then in 3 it was even better now. Okay, so if you want to import the Tkinter module inside your program language, you can write it as either import Tkinter or else from Tkinter import star. That is your multiplication symbol, the star symbol. It means that while you are importing Tkinter, it imports almost every files, but might be some of the sub files. So the subtopics might be missed. But when you're saying to the compiler, when you're saying to the programming language, the interpreter, that from Tkinter import star, when you're telling that star means everything. So it will be not avoiding any of the topics that are related to even a small functions, a subtopics of the functions, everything. It will be not omitted. So it will be importing everything inside that. That is what the difference between this and then that. Okay, so once if you import this Tkinter module, you just create a window, you just open a window in just one single line. So giving a variable name, and then you're calling in the Tkinter function with just a simple word, tkinter.tk, open close brackets. That's all. So you will be having a small window over there. When you run this program, you can see that. And then after creating it, you will be start doing it, adding the components which you want, on what purpose you are going to build in. So based on that, you will be adding all the widgets, your labels, or how many frames should I give in, how many windows should I give in, everything. So you can add multiple windows also, or else you can just do it in a simple frame without adding multiple windows. You just keep it in a simple frame and then do everything, all the stuffs over there. Okay, and then the last one, you will be adding a line called as main.loop. It means that till you close the window, this program will be keeping on running, because in some of the cases the application might close without any instructions. Instead of, if you close the button, if you are pressing anything, if an operation is complete over there, this thing gets closed. So it shouldn't close unless until as a user if you close the window, it shouldn't be closed or it shouldn't be exited. So for that, we use this line last at the end, main loop, open and then close brackets. Okay. So it's full time now.
So guys, just wanted to check whether you all are attendees attending this session or not. So here is a one question. Okay, what is your preferred layout manager for Tkinter? You can choose any of the option like pack, grid, place. Then let's check whoever is correct in this. You have like 15 seconds for this. Just click on the answer, whatever you choose. Let's wait for 5 more seconds for this poll. So yeah, like many of you have chooses pack, many of you have chooses grid, and just few of you have chooses place. So guys, the answer is, you can choose any of the layout. It's up to you what you want to choose. Okay, you can choose any of the layout for for the management of Tkinter, pack, grid, place. It's up to you what you want to choose. So yeah, here is the poll. Now it's again, let's continue, Pranesh.
Yes. So now we will be creating an application main window. Okay. So let me share my screen now. Let me open it. So as we all saw now that just you can open a window, you can just import all your modules and then everything, and in just simple lines. And that is the main advantages of Python. You can just come write your codes very much pretty easily. All those things will be like reading a textbook, reading like a storybook. It would be reading your code. The logics also will be pretty much close to this algorithms, kind of like that. So it is very simple. And from the start, we'll see. So how we will be doing it. Import Tkinter. Tkinter.tk top dot title as welcome, and then top dot main loop, and then close brackets. There you go. So that was our programming window, which we will be writing our codes. There is a Python ideally. So one is a shell window, another one is a code window. Okay, so once we write our codes over there, we'll be running it, and then if you run, we'll be having a small window like this. I hope everybody is able to see this window, right? Is everyone able to see this Tkinter window? Some of them yes, some of them no. Why people not able to see this welcome window? Okay, few of them are yes, few of them are no. Just a moment. Yes, I hope so. Now you will be able to see this, the welcome window. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Okay. So when you run the program, a small window pops up. Okay, and also this is the window. In this window only you will be adding all your widgets, labels, and then frames and all the buttons, and then you will be creating an app over here. Okay, so let me close this. And if I want I can also put up a geometry to this, because if I run this program on default, I'll be having a very small window. So it is in a small size. It is not maximized. If you want to increase the size, I have to do it defaultly. So if I want to add some geometry to that, I can also do that. And we'll see that. So top dot title, I have given my title. Now in next line, top dot geometry. And you can denote your geometry in 400 into 300. Like in your desktop, you will be having this pixels. So 1920 into 720, and then 1440 into 1220. So this all is about the calculation of the pixels, the screen size. So you can give as you wish, so that when the program is getting run, you will be having a window based on that size. Yes. Can you see this window now? So 400 into 300, the window size opens like this. Okay. So this is a window has been opened. Now what is this? We'll see this pack, grid, and then all these functions. So what is this pack, grid, and then frame? These are all related to your geometric configurations. So which is there in your portal. So if you take a window over here, you need to arrange everything in a specific place, isn't it all? If you're importing an image, or if you're importing a video file, if you're putting up a button or else any links over there, you need a place to fix it properly over there. A geometric position should be there for this. And those are the geometric methods. You can do this in 3 different ways in Tkinter. Okay, so one of the method is pack. So this pack method will be organizing your widgets, and then everything, the options, the components which you're putting in, everything will be organized in a sideways. That is your left side or right side or top or bottom, or else in default, it will be in the center. So this pack function covers these geometric configurations. Okay. And then for that example, let me show you now. All right. So we opened the window. So now if I have to import any pack functions over here, let me erase off this code from Tkinter, import everything. So top is equal to tk, top dot geometry 300 into 300, give it a size, and then button. Open the brackets, top, and then text, login, and then top dot main loop. So this is how a button is being created inside your Tkinter window. Okay, so button. So inside the brackets, you denote its position, the text, the font, all the options, and then widgets related to this button. We'll see that in a few minutes, in a few bit. Okay, so this is how the button is created, and then inside the brackets, I will be giving the positions for that. So where does this button should be there, and then if you want to add some text to the button, the name to the button, the color of the button, the font of the color of the font, everything. And then if you want to inbuilt any logics, or if the behavior of this button, so everything will be written in this brackets. Okay, so now I gave the position like top, but if I run this program, you will be not able to see the outcome. Okay, TK is not defined. Yeah, sorry. So my window has been opened, but I'm not able to see any buttons over here. Right? So why this is happening over here? Why I'm not able to see the buttons over here? So I have said the interpreter that Python that, okay, create a button, but I haven't said that any option called as pack, isn't it or not? So I have to intimate this that pack this inside this geometry, inside this window, particular window. So button one dot pack. You have given the position over there for the button, but you haven't said that you have to pack this inside this window. So inside the bracket, side is equal to left. And if you run this, there you go. So now you will be able to see this button over here. Right? So it is packed on the left side. If you give it a position as right, it will be there in the right, on the top, or else on the bottom, anywhere. So if you didn't give any positions over here, still the program will be running. So just you're telling that just pack this. If you run it, there you go. By default, it will be there on the top. Okay. So this is what pack is all about. The next one is grid function. So you must have known about this. You must have seen this in the Excel sheets, rows and then columns, each and everything, each and every the complete frame is completely separated by rows and then columns. You will be doing that in the Excel, Microsoft Excel, everywhere, right? So this grid position, this grid function is also using your rows and then columns. Okay, in the tabular form. Okay, so for that you will be using this. What are the possible things? The syntax for this is widget.grid options. Okay, and then you will be having this columns, then paddocks, paddy, row. So basically column, you'll be saying this, it is represented from zeros, 1, 2, 3, and then for row, it is also being represented from 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so paddocks and then paddy. It is nothing but you have fixed a position over there. Okay, in a row and then in a column, but if you want to move this little bit over here and here, whenever you type this text in your any of the Excel sheets in the row, you have this position alignment, right? Either move it to the this side of the column, or else this part of the column, left side or right side, or in the mid center, right? So you can make the pixel positions over there. You can also add this option also. You can inform it, tell the columns and then rows also, as well as you can have a pixels movement over there, that it should be moved a little bit away from that particular column, little bit away over here to the right side or to the left side. So that is what this padx and then paddy indicates, this function. Okay, so it will be moving a little bit according based on the position, the pixel positions. Okay, so let us see now. So parent is equal to TK. I'm giving a name to open my Tkinter window to open this. Okay, and then parent dot geometry as 500 into 500, any geometry over here, and then name as label, and then parent, comma text is equal to any name for this. Okay, so now what this indicates is, okay, where is this label function is used, for what purpose I'm writing this, where I'm going to bind this. So this is being binded for the parent. So that is our Tkinter window. So we are calling our Tkinter window name as parent. So I'm binding this label to that particular function. This text is also for this. So if you are indicating this, that all these functions belongs to this window, and then this label belongs to this particular name. Everything is getting structured and then indicating together. Okay. And then name dot grid row is equal to 0, column is equal to 0, padx is equal to 10, and then paddy is equal to 5. So first, let me run this program. There you go. There you go. So you have a text called as name over here. And can you see this? By using the padx and then paddy function, it is not sticking to the window over here. It is just little bit moved away from the window, isn't it or not? So this is what this padx and then paddy function does. So if I run this program without this padx and then paddy, clear this, and then if I run it, There you go. So now you have this name. It is getting closed, sticked to the window, right? So if you want this to be little away from the lines, or else away from the words, separating it, neatly organizing it. So this function will help it. So not only arranging it in a row and then in a column way, it also helps in arranging our pixels in a little bit of movement, so that one to one together will not be touched. If both the buttons are created, row 1 and then row 2, both will be like this, sticked together. So if you don't want that contact, and then if you want to give a gap in between so that it looks neat and then it looks good to use, you use this padx and then paddy function. Okay. And then you can also use this row 1, row 2, and this is how the thing looks. So I can write a code like a grid function, another label, and then another button over here. Okay, I can use the padx paddy functions, all of this. I can arrange it, make an entry over here. So everything will be geometrically specified where this should be placed, what should be placed, everything. Okay. Third one is place. Okay. So this one is the little bit like our same mathematical thing, graph. So x-axis and then y-axis. Okay, all those things will be placed on giving our graphical representation. So where it should be placed, on what place it should be placed, on 0, 1, 10, 5. On our graphical representation, we will be saying this. Okay, by using the place function. Okay, so that this even also explores your positioning even better. So pack, grid, and then place. 3 functions are there. So by using these 3 functions, each and everything has a more advantages. Okay, so that you can build the apps even better. Okay, by using the geometry, you will be able to see these things even cooler and then even better. Okay, so this place function by using your x-axis and then y-axis. Okay, so let us look into the code now. Sorry.
So guys, it's whole time again. Just wanted to check whether you are listening or not. And the question is, what is your preferred way to customize the appearance of a label in Tkinter? If you think the option is using the BG and FG options, choose first. And if you think the option is using the font option, choose 2, the second option. We'll give 10 more seconds for this poll. Choose whatever option you think it is correct. So 5 more seconds for this poll. Everyone answer the questions, okay? So yeah, like 45% of you are choose the first option and 55 have choose the second option. Guys, be attentive in the session. The answer is first, using the BG and FG options. Many of like priority of the students are not attentive. Be attentive, and the option is first, okay? So yeah, let's continue again. Over to you, Pranish.
Yes. So we have seen this pack function and then a grid, place, everything, right? So now we will be moving on to the main perspectives. That is your widgets and then components. So based on these widgets and then components only, you will be able to build a graphical application using Python. Okay. So what are those widgets, which is very much commonly and then there over here. So buttons, check button, entry, frame, label, list box, radio button, text, scale, top level. So these are the widgets which is pretty much used everywhere. These are the main support functions so that you can create or else you will be able to build your GUI applications. Okay, so button, creating various buttons in your Python application, and then check button is that when you are trying to open an email ID or anything, you will be having a checkbox that if you want to remember me, so that is called as a checkbox. So if you click that, it will be having a tick over there. So that having a check, that is called as checkbox. Okay. So you can have it for one or more options, like multiple options also can be used for that checkbox. And then entry. And this is what it will be allowing an user to search any text, enter the text, or enter any lines over here, para, anything. Okay. By using the entry function, you will be able to do this. Okay. And then fourth one is frame. So other than we have seen this pack function and then grid function, place function, everything, we also have this frame. So as I told you before, like instead of opening multiple windows, you can perform all your application works in a single window. And that is used by your frame. Okay. So if I open this window and then if I move to the next one, instead of going to the multiple windows one by one, if you're using an application, if you're opening 10 to 20 windows, will that be okay? Will that be cool? So this frame function will be acting like that. Okay. So if you're opening a window, another function, instead of opening a new window over there, this frame comes in and then shows the another content which belongs to that particular function. Okay. That is what it acts like a container which can be used to hold your other widgets. So inside one single window, I can put up as many frames as possible. Okay. So all, if you build even a very large app inside that, based on your frames, you can change this. And then label. So entry is a editable text that as a user, you will be giving it. Label, it is being created by us. We are giving a name for that. It is a non-editable text on your window. So as you saw that label as text as a name, right? So that is what this label is all about. So giving a name, if you want to give any name for your column or for your box or anyway, so you can use this label function. Okay. And then list box. So if you want to display, like if you're exploring the options in your desktop, on the top box, menu box, you will be having some various options, file, edit, and then view, insert, like this, right? So that is what list box is called over here. Okay. So by using this function, you can list out, you can display many items over there. You can choose one of them, and then you can create this graphical support for them. Okay. Then radio button. So if there is also this radio button is like, you might have seen in this multiple choice questions and all. So like a round circle button. So that is what called as radio button. For this also, you can use one single option or multiple option selections. It is basically like checkbox. Over there, it will be in a tick mark. Over here, it will be in the round button. Okay. If you click that, it will be highlighted. So that is what called as radio button. And then text. If you want to write any text over here, you can use this text function too. And then scale. So all your graphical, everything slides, and then the range, and then values, everything. You can positioning, everything is comes under this scale function. And then top level. So by using this top level only, you will be creating another window. So either you can create a frame, or if you need in a separate window over there, you can use this top level function. So by using this top level function, you will be able to create a window, new window, and then in that you will be able to display some other contents over there. Okay. But all those applications belongs to a particular purpose. So you're just separating it. You're just making a content. even more legible or even more in an ordered way. Okay. So button. So by creating a button, as you all saw this login, and then you have created a button, and then this parent options. This is what is mainly is all about. You have given the name for, and then you have used your button function. You have called your function, and inside the brackets you have indicated that this parent function, it belongs to, it means that why I'm indicating this is this button is being positioned, and then it is for this particular window. That is what it is about. It is all about. Okay, if you're creating in a frame, if you're creating another window, so you are indicating this button, this particular button is for this window, this frame. So first you have to mention, and then you will be having lot more options over there. So one of the few options I told for including your text, colors for that, and then everything, right? So these are the options you will be writing down in the brackets. One is active background, another one is active foreground, BG, BD, command, text, FG, height, parallax, paddy, width, everything. These are the options you can give for the particular one single button. Okay, so if you want to move your button, you want to move a little bit away from the window, or anywhere close by, little giving space in the pixels of space, parallax paddy function. So if you're creating a button, you need the height of the button, you can customize your width of the button, and then also the font size of the font, then the color of the button, and then the color of the font. Okay, so when you're clicking the button color may be same. For example, if I'm giving the button color as green, but if I click that, it will be in a different color. So it is indicating that you have clicked your button. So if my color shouldn't change over there also, then you will be using this active background. So if for your click, there is a behavior, right? So when you're clicking it, the button has doing some actions over there. So for that also, you can give some colors over there. Active background, active foreground, and then the BG is for your borders. For example, if you want a flat button, you can create that, or else if you want a little bit in a button of a height, giving some borders over this, or else giving some depth over there, we'll see in a while. So giving the border width outside your button is what BG is all about. And then BG and then FG. BG is for your background color of your button, and then FG is for the color for your text. Okay, and then command. This is one of the important function. So once if you click the button, there should be an action taken part, right? If you're clicking a button as submit, and then you have given some context over there, what should the button do when you click that? It has to submit the answer. So as I told you, the front end and then the back end. Front end, the user sees, and then the back end, it is running as a database, also it is running in the anywhere inside your computer, or it may be in the server, right? So once if you click the submit button, your answers has to be stored either in your system or in any database. It has to be stored, right? So if you click this button, this action should take part. How will you denote this? You call this command function over there inside the options. So unless until if you didn't give any command to that, the button will be working, but it will not have any work over there. It will not do any storing, or it won't be changing the contents over there, nothing. So it will just click you will be just clicking the button, no actions. It is just dead over there. So this command function is called so that you can write the logic for this button for the name, and then you can put this command to that particular button inside the option. So when you're clicking a button, this will be taken part. Your backend logic will be working over there. Okay, so let us see how the button works. So first I'll just show you a code over here. So button, so I have indicated this button belongs to this parent window, and then the text as red, BG as red, and then FG as white, width is equal to 10. And then after that, I'll have to track this function. So whenever you write your button over there, all the options for your button, after that, you need to pack this. So how would you pack that? Name dot pack, any function, pack or place or grid. You can use this, any of them, based on how you are trying to create your own application. Okay, so pack, I'll give this side as left. So let me run this program. There you go. There you go. So I have created a button, and then this button is for this parent form window. This is the parent window, and the text is red. The BG, the color of the button is red, and then the FG, the font is white. The width is 10. So these are the options you will be able to do it. And when you're clicking it, you will be able to see this in a normal color, right? So this is what the active background is all about. Why, if you even click the button, this will be in red color. Or if you click, if you give any other colors over there, this might change. So it will be red over here for when you're clicking it. If you're giving another color, blue or green or anything, the color changes by them. Okay. So this is how your buttons will be over here. So by denoting the width and then height, active background yellow, and then what side it should be, the paradox, paddy, functions, everything, and then the command. Using a command function, you'll be saying it as fun. You have created a function over here in the name of fun. In that message, in that function, what you're trying to say, message box dot show info hello blue button clicked. So when you write this, when you create a function over here like this, and then when you call this function inside this command function, inside the button, so what happens when your button is pressed, when your button is clicked, it will show this message. Hello, your blue button has been clicked. So if you press any other buttons over here, which is not having any command functions over there, it will be like the output which I showed you. Just very simple it will be. Okay. And this is how it looks. When you press the blue button, you will be having a window like this. Blue button clicked. Okay. And when you see, look into the options, it is pretty much same for everything. The check button. This is what the check button. Okay, so here also you will be giving the same options over here, the colors and then the font and then the size, any command for this, all of them. But the graphical things changes over here for the check button. Okay, and then the entry widget. And for entry, you will be giving some trust. It is like getting the entry from the user. Okay, so if you want to get an entry from the user, you'll be using this entry function. And when it comes to the entry function, all you need is the BD borders. If you want to give some border for your entry box, you will be giving that, and then the background color, and then yes, show function is there over here. So entry function, it can be a name, or you can also have some passwords over there. So if you're willing to show the passwords, okay, fine. In most of the places, when you're typing the password, it will be showing, it won't be showing the password. It will be showing the stars or dots, anything like that. So you can also do that by using the show function. So whatever the words, if you're typing, it will show you just stars if you're giving as star. And you can also give some font color for this, the width for that, height for this. Okay, and this is how this looks when you use your entry method. So you can give some background for this, and then the show function. If you type something, it will be in this stars. Okay, and then the frame. So this frame is what making all your group of widgets. It is acting like a window, a temporary window. Okay, on top of the window, you are having a frame. It is like a temporary. Okay, but it will be doing all the things, all the organized, all the widgets will be organized in this, and then you will be still building your applications. Okay, but within a one single window, right? So this frame, and then you will be creating this frame, and then on top of the frame, you will be adding all your widgets, your buttons, text, labels, any images, any video files, or else any storing. All these functions will be happening on top of your frame. Your frame is on top of the window. Okay, so here also you will be using the borders. And then if you want to give multiple frames, like in a full sized frame also you can give, or if you want to give some here one frame and here one frame. So in one single window, you can also give some 4, 5, many things, as much as possible frames. Okay, it can be in a full size, or it can be in a any size as you declare. You can use the geometry for this. You can also have borders for this, and then the colors, everything. And this is how it will be. So now this submit button, which is having, it is a separate frame. This blue one is a separate frame. This green one is a separate frame. Inside this frame, I can create. But if you write anything in common without the frame, that would be outside the frame over here in these places. So you can position your by using the place function in X and Y coordinates outside the window, that is outside your frame. And inside your frame, if you're writing anything, those positions will be considered only for your frame. Okay, so you are clicking, you are writing your frame, but these frames are, when you see here, it is being there for this top. That is your Tkinter window. The top name is called as your Tkinter window. This frames belongs to this Tkinter window. But this button, T frame, can you see this? For this particular thing, only this button has been there. So whenever you click this button, whenever you want to write any commands or code, this button belongs to this particular frame. And that is what it is trying to do. Okay. Sorry, no poll time. And then label. So as you saw this label, creating a names, and then images, text, videos. If you want to put anything like this inside your application, you can add this by using your label function. Okay, so it is basically like it is creating a box, and then it is storing all your contents over there. It won't be deleted, it won't be moved, it won't be changing. It is just a fixed box so that you can showcase your text, images, etc. like this. And in this also you can have this all your options over here. The options are completely common for most of the functions. Okay, all your backgrounds, borders, text, and then font sizes, height, width, image, the image which you're going to display. The only option you are adding over here is you can add an image over here. Okay, so by you adding an image, you will be having some cool stuffs to do over there, right? Like this. So like this, you can create a geometry, and then you can call your label function, and then you can give the name for that, what kind of names you want to give those. And if you want, you can add some text, colors, and everything. These are very simple, and also you can do it in a even simple way, by even in a more neat and then elegant way. And then the list box. So in list box, as I told you, it's a drop down menu which you all see in this. So for showcasing multiple contents or multiple options over here, right? So here also you have the same syntax, and then the list box will be using this insert function. So if you have any items over there, you will be inserting it. And then if you wanted to add some of the things, this insert function is used. Okay, so let us see this. There you go. So this is what the list box is. So creating a list over here and then adding the items over there. Okay, so you might have seen for this this particular items, I need this particular things to be displayed. If you want anything like that, you will be able to do that. So only function is you will be adding this insert function. What is the first item to be inserted? What is the second item to be inserted? The third one, the fourth one, everything, which should be happened inside the list box. Okay, and your radio buttons. This is what your radio buttons is all about. The text, writing any text over here. So in labels, so in entry, you will be giving in one single line. If you want to write it in a paragraph, you will be writing in the text like this. Okay, we'll see the poll in the last minute. Okay, and then the scale options. This is what your scale options is. So adding like these kinds of widgets. Okay, and then the top level. So this top level is to create a new window. So this is what, when you click this button, you have a command function called open a new window. So in this button, there is a function creating a new window over here. Open a new window. So I have written the logic over here and then call this inside this button. Do this command. So if I press this, I'll be having a new window over here. Okay. So it's poll time now, and then we'll just have a very small up.
I guess Pranesh, your voice is breaking.
Is my voice audible now?
Yeah, now you're audible.
Okay.
So no worries. Pranesh, thank you so much for taking up the session. I think it really gone well. So guys, let me again introduce a little bit about Unikaksha again. Like Unikaksha is an upskill platform that helps you in upskilling as per your industry standards. So we provide you a course like full stack development within different payment options pay after placement and easy EMI options. So Unikaksha really helps you and supports you for your jobs and for your upskilling. And if you want to go ahead with the course, I am releasing a poll again. So guys, Just let us know if you want to know more about our like courses or want to have a one-on-one session with our counselor. So if you are interested, I'm just launching a poll again. If you really want to, have a one-on-one session with the counselor, select yes. And if you don't want to have a one-on-one session or don't want to know more about our courses and all, just select no. So guys, just few more seconds for the poll. If you want to have a one-on-one session, want to know more about course, select yes or no. 5 more seconds for the poll. So guys, thank you for giving such a positive response. We will surely gonna connect with you. Our counselors will surely gonna connect with you and have a like one-on-one session with you. They will gonna connect you over the call. Like at the time you have, if you want to have a session today, tomorrow, they will gonna surely gonna connect with you. Now guys, we are just are wrapping up this session. If you have any of the doubts, if you want to ask anything, just write down on the Q&A session. Pranesh or I will gonna take that up. If you have any questions, you can write down. We'll just wait for 2 minutes. If you have any doubts, we will take it up. Guys, be interactive. I guess you all have understood everything. You don't want to know anything. We'll wait for 1 more minute, guys. Guru Prasad, Pranali, any doubts? Anil Yadav, I guess you don't have any doubts. So no worries. Let's just wrap up this session. I hope this session was really fruitful and knowledgeable, as might you have expected for the session. So we will end this session. So thank you so much, Pranesh, and thank you so much, audience, for being such a lovely audience. We expect you again in the next session of Guru class. Thank you so much, Pranesh.
Yeah, Manan, thank you so much.